Hello there, welcome to the news on Nepal television. I am Rosina Rai, starting with the headlines first. 5 killed on the spot after passenger bus met with an accident in Sinduli, 19 others injured. Brake failure blamed for the accident. Final list of vice presidential candidates, Yadav. Israel sees one of its biggest ever anti-government protests. Thousands protest against plans for radical overhaul of the country's judicial system. And Nepal batting against the UAE in the ongoing match under the ICC Cricket World Cup lead to 2 series eyeing to register victory in today's match to retain its ODI status. Welcome back. Now the news in details. 5 persons have been killed after a passenger bus met with an accident at Kuivir Dara in the Fikal rural municipality of Sinduli along with Mid-Hilly Highway this morning. All 5 reportedly died on the spot. 19 others have been left injured in the accident. They have been receiving treatment at a local hospital in Kurkut. The bus was coming towards Kathmandu from Okhaldunga when the accident took place, according to Superintendent of Police at Rajkumar Silwal. Preliminary reports say that the accident took place after the bus suffered a brake failure. The Election Commission is publishing the final name list of vice presidential candidates today, published by 5 p.m. today for the March 17th elections. The final name list shall be unveiled after the Election Commission scrutinizes the cases lodged against the candidates. A total of 4 candidates, 3 from the ruling parties and 1 from the CPN-UML, registered their nomination for the post of vice president on Saturday. Ram Sahaya Prasad Yadav and Pramila Kumari Yadav of Janata Samajwadi Party and Mamata Jha of Janamat Party have filed their candidature from their coalition party. Vice President Astalakshmi Sakya has been nominated on behalf of the CPN-UML. Just like the president, the vice president is elected by an electoral college consisting of the members of the Federal Parliament of House of Representatives and the National Assembly, 332 Federal Parliament members over 550 Provincial Assembly members. The vote weightage of the Federal MP is 79 and that of the Provincial Assembly member is 48. As per the Constitution, the President and Vice President should represent a different gender or ethnic group. Meanwhile, a complaint has been lodged against a candidate for Vice President from Janata Samajwadi Party, Ram Sahaya Prasad Yadav, claiming that Yadav's candidacy was against the Constitution and law. A group of people, including CPN-UML parliamentarian Mahesh Bartola, on Saturday registered the complaint against Yadav at the office of the election officer at New Baneswar. The complaint stated Clause 16 of the President and Vice President Election Act 2017 of the President-elect person should file nomination for Vice President. Parliamentarians Bartola said women candidates should be the Vice President of the country when President was elected from men. We shall get back with more national updates at the site we have. Stay with us. Welcome back. You are on Nepal Television News, and now the remaining updates. The various Maoist factions. The joint press conference is being organized as the Maoist factions are making public their official opinions on the conflict-era incidents and the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Chief Secretary of CPN Maoist Centre's Party Central Office, Janardhan Sharma, said a press conference is being held at 2 p.m. at Nepal Academy's building in Kamaladi. The parties have expressed concerns after a writ petition has been registered at the Supreme Court against the Prime Minister and Chairman of the Maoist Centre, Pushpakamal Dahal, regarding conflict-era incidents. The Maoist faction stressed that conflict-era cases should be decided by the Truth and Reconciliation Commission and the Disappearance Investigation Commission, not by the courts. They also have warned of retaliating any activities that are against against the comprehensive peace accord and has increased in Palpa as the local government has given priority for the development of necessary infrastructure in the touristic destinations. This has helped the tourism sector affected by the COVID-19 pandemic to revive their businesses, gradually gaining a pace. The district's pilgrimage sites are also equally popular among the tourists reaching the district. Places like Rambadevi Temple area and Rimiga Lake are mostly visited by the tourists these days. The temple is located some 31 kilometers east from the headquarters, Tansen. Now we have updates from international front lines. Hundreds of thousands of Israelis have taken part in what some are calling the biggest protestical overhaul of the judicial system have been running for 10 weeks. Records a number of demonstrators turn out in cities such as Haifa, while about 200,000 are believed to have taken to the streets in Tel Aviv. Critics say the reforms will undermine democracy, but Benjamin Netanyahu's government says planned changes are better for the electorate. We have international headliners at the side. Stay with us. Time for a short break again. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Now the remaining international headliners. Mozambique is being lashed by rain, powerful winds and flooding as Cyclone Freddy is about to make landfall for the second time in a month. The southern African nations may become the longest-lasting storm on record, having formed to the northwest of Australia 34 days ago. One person is reported to have died, bringing the death toll to at least 28 since the storm first made landfall. People have been urged to move into temporary shelters, including schools, churches, and warehouses. More than 500,000 people could be at risk of a humanitarian crisis this time around, according to local disaster agencies. A large operation is underway of Italy's coast to rescue 1,300 migrants in overcrowded boats. The country's Navy and Coast Guard say they are racing to help 3 vessels near the southern region of Calabria. The rescue effort comes almost 2 weeks after at least 73 migrants died in a shipwreck. At least a month's disaster, Italy's far-right government was accused of not doing enough to prevent the loss of lives. Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni responded by taking her cabinet to the site of the wreck in the town of Cutro. To the more updates, before that, let's have a quick look into the highlights of the site. Moving on to sports now. Nepal is playing against the League 2 series. The domestic side has chosen to bat first after winning the toss. The Nepali side so far has scored 153 runs in 35.5 overs with a loss of 4 wickets in the match underway at the Teal Cricket Ground in Kirtipur. A win today will help Nepal retain its ODI status, while it must win the 3 matches, including today's match, it secures its berth in the World Cup qualifiers. In the 7 Nations World Cup League 2, Nepal is at the 5th position of the points table with 34 points from 33 matches, while the UAE is at the 6th position, earning 31 points from equal 33 matches. We are almost at the end of this. 5 people killed on the spot after a passenger bus met with an accident in Sinduli. 19 others injured. Brake failure blamed for the accident. Election Commission examining the complaints lodged against the vice president candidates to publish final name list by 5 p.m. today. Israel sees one of the biggest ever anti-government protests. Thousands protest against the plans for a radical overhaul of country's judicial system. And Nepal batting against the UAE in the ongoing match under the ICC World Cup League 2 series. Ain could register a win in today's match to retain its ODI status. Well, this is all we have for this moment. Until our next bulletin, have a good day ahead. Namaste.